What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Miguel's View. Let's talk about our watch list for tomorrow. Let's get started. All right. Welcome back, guys. Hope you had an amazing and great trading day today. So there's definitely opportunities today to trade the market up or down. Definitely no direction whatsoever. Where we're going down, then where we're going up. And then we kind of ended in a sideways trend here. But let's go ahead and see how the SPY ended here. So we ended in a indecision candle here. We did end with some green volume there, momentum to the downside. So no clear direction of where this is going on the daily. So let's go ahead and zoom in here. Well, if we go to the weekly real quick, you can see we're still in a flat top here, with some bread volume momentum still to the downside. Like I said in the past videos, as long as we have this trend to the downside, all right, we are not going up. I want to see a candle, okay, form above this trend line so we can be bullish, all right, and possibly in a reversal mode. All right, other than that, as long as we stay above this trend, we're in a bearish momentum on the SPY. And so let's zoom into the 1 hour here and let's see how things are looking. And you can see, and I was telling the members of the Discord here at the end of the day, plus if you want to sign up, the links down below. We trade live. But I was telling them late in the day, one of my members, that we have a channel here that we have in the 1 hour on SPY. And so this is what we need to keep an eye on tomorrow. Let's see if SPY comes here tomorrow and hold and then rips up, to touch this uptrend. And so that's what I'm going to be watching tomorrow, or we just go from here up and then come down. So, either of those, we're going to be watching for the possibility of what kind of pattern we can form. But definitely looking to see pre-market comes here and then or kind of goes sideways, and then once the market open comes here and go up. So just many possibilities that can happen. I would like it for it to consolidate, during pre-market, and then at the open, boom, get in right there, getting some calls, and push to the upside. So hopefully that could be the case, and if not, we'll go over it in the morning. We'll talk about our setups, our daily plans, and then we'll execute at the open. That's usually what we do, guys. We look, see what types of patterns there is, and then at the open we have a plan, and then we execute the plan. And if there is no pattern, then we just wait for something to form, and then we execute on that. So that's the way we work. We wait for a setup and then we execute. All right, so works really well. So that is SPY. Let's go ahead and jump to the QQQ. Let's start off with the weekly on the Qs really quick. All right, again, the Qs, look at that. This is what I was looking for on the weekly to break. All right, we mentioned this on a previous video. That was our break here to the bottom or to the top. I had said more likely we're going to break to the bottom. Why? If you're watching the video, because we closed the weekly with red volume with momentum to the downside. So these two things here are very important, right? When everything aligns, and the people in the group, we read this all the time in the price action, in the charts. When everything aligns, it's a A+ setup. Okay, so look at that. Doji with volume, momentum to the downside. Guess where it's going. High probability you're gonna break to the downside, and so that's what happened here on the Qs. So really good here. We broke on the weekly candle to below, and let's go ahead and zoom into the daily, see how we close today. Okay, so we did come and test this 320, and then yesterday we had an indecision candle, and today we are kind of a flat top there, but we'll see. The green volume, Overall, the trend you can see here is still to the downside on the daily. That's going to be some tough resistance to get up above. Let's zoom into the 1 hour and see if anything's forming. Okay, so we have this sort of bear flag forming here. So tomorrow this is going to be interesting. Okay, on the Qs, if this breaks below, guys, this is going to be a put or a short. If this breaks below tomorrow, okay, if we break below, then watch it for it to come test the trend and then come down possible to this area. So unless we can get above over here, but then there's going to be a lot of resistance here, all right, at 336. So if we go up 336, is going to be a lot of resistance, and that around here I would have a target if we play to the upside. If we play to the downside, we're going to have a target about 320, and so keep that on watch for tomorrow and see how that pans out. Again, all of these ideas, they have to kind of form to a setup on the pre-market, and then after the open, then we execute the plan. All right, so that's how it's looking. All right, our next, it's our good old friend Tesla, and let's start on Tesla with the weekly. Let's see. Okay, weekly forming on an indecision doji candle here. We still have one more day, we'll see. But if this closes like this, just like the Qs, with red volume, momentum to the downside, more likely next week we're gonna break down, and this would be a real good level here, 700. If we get there next week, to kind of see if we can bounce off of it and get the dip again. You can see Tesla here is in a downtrend. As long as we stay up below this trend here, it's bearish, just like all the other stocks. And so real simple, you know, don't make it harder than it is. And then we zoom into the daily. All right, so how's the daily looking? Again, we have a trend to the bottom. We can't get above. All right, we close today on an indecision doji candle here with red volume and momentum switching to the downside. So tomorrow there's a high probability this breaks to the downside and we come more down. We do have room to 780, right, and then 760 and so forth. So we're gonna keep on watch on Tesla tomorrow for possible bearish momentum here for a day trade. Oh, that was we were on the daily. And so for a day trade, we have room to this, what is it, 814. You can see we have this uptrend right here holding. You can see this uptrend right there. We're bouncing off of it. So tomorrow, this could be interesting because same as SPY, we can come here and then kind of get volume and possibly, you know, shoot up to the upside and break this downtrend right here. If we do that, we have room to about 845, 850. That's a, you know, 20 points there to move to the upside. So not too bad. So watch that tomorrow. We're going to be watching this tomorrow for a potential bounce in this area. See if that holds to shoot up. Now, if like SPY, we shoot up to the upside, watch for a rejection back to the trend. And so that's how stocks move, guys. They break trend, test trend, and then they go. So keep an eye on that. Again, in the group, we always trade these patterns. We always wait for this the trend, and we go and we do it live. So it's kind of cool. So that's Tesla. Let's go and look at NVDA. Again, let's start with the big picture, and then we move to the smaller time frame. All right, so what is the big picture telling us? Again, we have a flat top with red volume, momentum to the downside. So NVDA, guys, I am expecting NVDA to come and test this maybe next week. This would be a great area to dip buy. Not financial advice, just my own opinion, but I would love this area to dip buy and buy some shares for a long term. Again, if it doesn't hold, I would average down to about this area. But again, I'm holding NVIDIA long term. Now for day trades, then I go to a smaller time frame and I day trade those. But for long term, this would be some good dip buys for myself. Again, let's see. Let's go to the daily and see what's forming. Again, we have this uptrend right here. It's been holding off pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Right, we closed on a doji today, and let's see what happens tomorrow. This thing can go either way. So let's form a breakout box here. All right, and let's see which way we break. So I like that doji. I'm gonna put NVIDIA. I'm gonna put NVIDIA on watch here on that doji. I like it. Either we break to the upside, we break to the downside. If we do break to the upside, then we have some room. Let's go see the 1 hour, see how we're looking. All right, so this is the area that we need to break. All right, if we break above, this is gonna be our target right there. If we break below, this would be our target right there. All right, so 212.50 and 232.50. Those are going to be first targets. And if we keep going, then our next target should be 240. We move to the downside, 206. So those are going to be targets for NVIDIA if we break to up or down. All right. Let's go ahead and click AMD. Let's start off with the weekly. Again, weekly. Again, I put a target here. I think we pretty much hit it and we bounced off of it so far, but this is still looking like a downward momentum pressure here. Again, we have, you can see we have the downtrend to the downside. As long as we're down there, this thing's gonna keep going down, but we do have some support there. But looking very flat top with red volume, momentum to the downside, not looking too pretty. Let's move on to the daily. You can see daily, when we had that target, we came and hit it here. We bounced off. That would have been a good day trade or short-term trade. And right now we're having trouble staying behind. So staying up. So let's go ahead and move to the 1 hour, see how the 1 hour looks. And we're hitting this resistance right here. So possibly tomorrow, NVDA, we can get above this 107. We're going down. Let's go back to the daily. Yeah. So watch tomorrow, AMD, possible to the downside. And what was our last one? Let's check Apple real quick. See how our good old friend Apple's doing and what. I know some people like to trade this one. I don't trade this one too much. So Apple, we're right at the trend here, but you can see momentum. It's towards downside. Volume looking weak here on the weekly. Let's go zoom into the daily. Flat top today with red volume. Yeah, possible. When all these things align, guys, the high probability is that it's gonna keep going down. But watch again. If we would have traded this doji here, right, that would have been a great play. Right, it broke to the bottom. Boom. That would be a great day. Would have been a great day trade. So I love dojis on the daily, especially when everything aligns. You can tell if it's going up or down. So Apple, let's go ahead and click on the 1 hour. Yeah, so Apple, not looking too pretty. It looks like it wants to come down and test this trend here. That would be a target that we want to see. We're on 151. And watch this trend right here. This is what I'm looking at. And that's where a potential dip buy, for a day trade, for a bounce here could happen. So keep that on watch. There's going to be a lot of resistance here in this 160. So if this goes up to 160, you can play some puts, some shorts there. It's going to have a hard time breaking. If it breaks, then you get out for a small loss. But, I like playing right at support and right at resistance. right? Because if you get out, it's a small loss, but the reward it's a lot bigger. And so that is it, guys. Keep those on watch. Let's take a look at the VIX, see how it's doing. Again, VIX rejected right here, right? We were on this the day rejected right there. And so today we did have a flat top, kind of sort of a flat top here. We're testing this trend here. If we keep going down, this thing has room to go to about 20, well, first 29 or 30, and then about 27 there to the downside. So watch the VIX. Let's look at the 1 hour, see how it's doing. Okay, so VIX currently broke this uptrend. But let's watch this tomorrow. We might test this 29. We might test this 29 and then, you know, shoot back up, right? And this is enough, all right? This bounce right here is enough for the market to come down. So keep that on watch. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe, share it with your family and friends so they can learn technical analysis. If they want to learn how to trade, I'm sure this will help them get their feet wet. And you know, I keep it simple. And yeah, so if you want to trade with me live, you can click on the Discord channel link below and join us. It's a lot of fun. We trade live at the market open. We execute when we see a trade, and it's a lot of fun. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys mañana. Adios. Bye bye.